Lifeforce.
Lifeforce. It's another one of those movies that I caught late at night on TNT with Joe Bob Briggs, or it was Monster Vision, or Up All Night, or something.
Yeah.
Obviously, the nudity was edited.
Yeah, how does this movie play when they edit out the nudity? How long is it?
Probably
An hour and 10 minutes?
Yeah, well, no, because Space Girl, like the main lady that's naked all the time.
SpaceForce.
She
We're watching Lifeforce. SpaceForce watches
SpaceForce watches Lifeforce. She's actually only got like a total combined like 7 minutes of screen time.
Oh.
So
it's about an hour and 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the other thing I realized too after I started watching is there's a director's cut of this movie, and I watched the theatrical version.
I don't know which one I watched. It was on Amazon, so it's probably theatrical.
No, I think it's the director's cut.
Oh yeah, because it was an hour and 51 minutes or something.
I watched mine was an hour and 42 minutes. This will be interesting. We're gonna have some different.
Mine was an hour and 56 minutes. Yes, I think the only big difference between the theatrical and the director's cut is there's more space shit in the director's cut.
Mm-hmm. I watched like the first 5 minutes of the director's cut after I realized it, and there's a couple things where I'm like, wow, that's kind of a weird shot. Especially when they're going into the space ship that they find in Haley's Comet, and they're like, I think I've been here before.
Yeah. I just, Toby Hooper just thought he was making fucking 2001 or some shit.
Yeah, what was going on?
Second. So it's a canon film. Monotony Golem's cousin, Globus. I think they really thought, they put a lot of money into this. They're like, this is going to be our big one.
That's what you said about Over the Top, too.
Yep, that's what they thought about a lot of their movies that they made towards the mid and late 80s. Is like, yeah, this is going to be the one.
Which you guys won't hear because we destroyed that episode by accident.
Yeah, Over the Top got ruined by Audacity.
We're going to try to piece it back together, maybe.
It'll just take a while to stitch it back together. So it's based on a novel called The Space Vampires, right?
Yeah, I saw that. Which seems like it would have been a way better movie or name for the movie.
Well, that's what they. I think that's what they originally thought the movie was gonna be called too. But Globus and Golan were like, no, that's gonna make it sound like too much like our pulpy exploitation canon movies. We got to get like a real good title.
Can I like burst their bubble a little bit here? This is a pulpy exploitation canon movie. It's just a shitty one.
Oh.
It's the worst kind of pulpy exploitation movie. It's boring.
Well, yeah. So there's like a lot going on with this movie, like where the ideas and the different people involved's visions like didn't line up at all. Like everyone seemed to think they were making a different movie than they were.
Oh, so it's like a season of American Horror Story.
Yeah. Well, so check it out. Canon Group producers, obviously, they got a lot to say. Written by Dan O'Bannon, right? He wrote Alien. He directed Return of the Living Dead. Pretty serious, important screenwriter for like sci-fi and horror in the 80s.
There's some puppet work in here that reminds me of Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah. Yeah, so he wrote the screenplay. He was trying to basically do like
somewhat Dead in space.
No, he's trying to do a somewhat serious like space horror movie, like akin to Alien.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to read Space Vampires, but to me, the title Space Vampires and it's a book, it's already going to be pulpy.
Yeah.
I don't know how you make that shit serious, but that's just me.
Well, Alien's kind of pulpy too.
I guess, but Alien, there's nothing scary about the fucking sexy space vampire. You know what I mean?
No. They made a lot of mistakes. It's directed by Tobe Hooper. So, famously, this is the guy that did Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Salem's Lot, Poltergeist, Billy Idol's Dancing with Myself music video, of course. Big credit to his name. He wanted to cast Billy Idol in this movie, but I guess like scheduling didn't line up.
Aw, damn it.
It would have been cool if he was like the main vampire.
Instead of the lady.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm way more into that movie already.
But yeah, so Tobe Hooper was, he was on the way up, obviously, right? When you think about those credits. Well, he signed on for a 3-picture deal with Canon. He did Lifeforce, Invaders from Mars, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Which, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is not bad, but it's definitely an unnecessary sequel.
Yeah, it's true of almost every horror sequel, though.
Yeah, and it's just, it's just not as good as the first one at all. Because the first one was like, a passion project. He really wanted to do it. Second one's just like, I don't know. Let's do it again.
I don't know. I have problems with the first one too.
I mean, it's a grindhousey exploitation movie. You know, it's not gonna win any awards, but it is what it
It's
is.
way too much screaming. The audio
Yeah.
mix in that movie is horrible.
Well, I just like the story of like when they were filming the like dinner table scene, and it was like so like suffocatingly hot, and everyone was dehydrated and kind of like having a bad time, and the guy playing Leatherface is like dying in his costume, and he's like getting so confused and hallucinating. He's like, "I'm actually supposed to kill these kids?" Like, so that's
Where's
funny.
my chainsaw?
And then obviously it is a cultural phenomenon. They basically did Resident Evil 7 was basically just Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah.
Resident Evil 4 kind of already leaned heavily on that in the opening scenes.
Resident Evil 4 is the one in Spain, right?
Yeah.
With the
yeah,
with the what are the monsters in it called?
I don't know.
I don't know. Resident Evil
Monfuegos.
Crazy video game series. Resident Evil 7 is not that bad, but it is just like, alright, well, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but then also mold monsters and, you know, some shit. And...
last Resident Evil actually was Resident Evil 5 with you, and we got about halfway, and the save file got corrupt.
Yeah.
And then I haven't played Resident Evil since then.
Resident Evil 5,
I'm gonna get the remake when it comes out for Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, I guess
this is a weird tangent we're on.
Well, a lot of people that are major Resident Evil fans, Resident Evil 5 supposedly is when they took that turn into like too over the top, because apparently there's a part where Chris like punches a boulder to death.
But I might have played that part, but I can't remember.
I don't know. I just think it's
already kind of
and then
it's a hokey movie. They're based on hokey
campy. Yeah, it's campy. You almost became a Jill sandwich. Yeah, but anyways, yes, so I guess Texas Chainsaw Massacre fits for pulpy, campy horror stuff. People were taking Resident Evil 7 really seriously though, but
people take video games really serious.
Yeah.
Video games, Kyle.
Video. Oh man, you know what's weird is I hate when people use game as a verb. Like
going gaming?
No, just game.
Want to do game?
Like I was reading some thread on
game?
Reddit about just like, oh, what do you do with your things you do with your spouse or whatever? It's like
we game together.
Yeah, no, we got two different setups. So like if one of us is feels like gaming, we'd just be there game and then watching TV and YouTube. But maybe we game together. We're doing game. It's like fucking. You mean play games? Playing video games? For some reason the vernacular of it just really bothers me. Like game as a verb. Yeah, I'm just gonna go game. I'm like what? What the fuck you mean? You mean go play a game?
No, I'm the game.
I'm just an old man yelling at the clouds. Yeah, so Cannon probably killed Tobe Hooper's career. Also, Poltergeist, a lot of people say he shouldn't be credited as director because apparently it was more Steven Spielberg that directed it. That's the
word on the street.
Yeah. So I mean, if that's the case, then Texas Chainsaw Massacre was like a good student film. Salem's Lot was a good TV movie, and Billy I Was Dancing With Myself was an okay music video. So he's not that great. Dancing with myself, dancing with myself.
Hey, remember when Billy Idol killed his career with Cyberpunk?
Well, I mean, I was pretty young when that album actually came out, but I'm aware of it in the history of music. Yeah, Cyberpunk. He was already not punk anyways, for most of his career.
Yeah, but he really shouldn't have shown everybody how unpunk he was at that point.
Well, even fucking Cyberpunk, man, this is a big genre now. But now it's fucking nerds on the internet that don't really know what Cyberpunk is and just make synthwave music or even versions on Vaporwave and shit. I'm tired of these internet meme music shit because all of it sounds bland and exactly the same. Like, oh yeah, no, this is synthwave, this is Outrun, this is Vaporwave, this is Paperwave, this is motherfucker. It all sounds like the same. You're just using nostalgia samples and synth.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that way about a lot of subgenres of music. You're just cutting it up so to the point. Really, what it is I am a hard rock. It's just you're trying to say you sound like one particular man, but you're making up a name for it.
Well, yeah, because all those genres are basically. Drive came out. People really liked the Kavinsky song on the soundtrack, Night Call, and then they're like, "Oh, there's not a lot of music like this. Let's start doing it." Except for what's really weird about it is Drive came out in like 2010, and then the synthwave outrun craze didn't start until like maybe 2015. So it's like, man, you fucking even late to the game on the movie that you're still the inspiration from, or the song from the movie that you're still inspiration
But
from.
sometimes it takes time for like a movie to permeate culture, Kyle.
I guess, but I feel like when Drive came out, it was a big deal. Also, I'm so motherfucking hip. I was already listening to Kavinsky in 2010, so fuck all you guys.
It's very self-serving.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just like cooler than fucking everybody. These things happen. Speaking of epic,
we've talked very little Lifeforce.
yeah. Speaking of cool epic music, this is how our movie starts.
I don't remember the music being that cool.
It's fucking the London Symphony Orchestra, and it's just like crazy big orchestra music, and it's like fucking this doesn't fit this movie at all. Lifeforce, they were gonna get Oscars. I don't know what Cannon was thinking. But yeah, this will be the big one. We're gonna be rich.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was in the director's cut because I watched the first part of it, but there is a fucking opening scroll in the theatrical cut.
Mm-hmm. What does it say?
I didn't write it down, but basically there's a joint American-British mission to go explore Halley's Comet, and they're almost there.
Oh yeah, no, that's not in the version I watched, and it also seems completely unnecessary because we immediately figure that out. Because there's a bunch of British people and one American guy. Yeah, and then the title flies right at you.
Lifebores.
It's like
Forced Life.
based on the novel, The Space Vampires. Oh, in the theatrical version, there's voiceover work telling you about what's going on. There's a voiceover like, "This is the crew of the Churchill. They're out here in space." It sounds like really like retro, like one of the bad 50s sci-fi movies. So it's actually pretty cool. They're in a really shitty space set. You notice that? It's just like...
Yeah, all the space work in this movie is not good.
Like their spaceship is looks like the front of a bus, but with like blinking lights. I don't know. It's just okay.
Well, and then when they go out for their spacewalk to get to the alien spaceship, the green screen work is just terrible.
Yeah, and like
it's like, why even show that? You have to have a better way of conveying that they're going to the ship than that crappy this guy floating across the screen.
Yeah, and they forget to use propulsion effects until later on in the movie, so it does just look like
it looks like they're just floating across.
It looks like a static image that's just like floating.
Being pulled across the screen.
Okay, great job there. There is one guy who also has an American accent, but he's got a British flag on his uniform, and he's totally overdubbed. So
he must have had a really British accent.
I guess, yeah.
I wonder what I'm sure in the British release of the movie he had his original accent. It was probably like really a thick Yorkshire accent. Listen, Varning Yarvander.
What? They're from the Swedish Chef?
Yorkshire? You know, they got some Viking tongue in their language still.
In Yorkshire?
In Yorkshire?
Is that one of the places where the Vikings settled down?
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, England's some sort of founded by Vikings. They're northern Germanic peoples.
Angles and Saxons, you say?
Yeah. I guess they're technically not Vikings because they're pre-migration.
They're Germans, but...
Yeah, but no, I mean, it's like
this is
same ethnic, same linguistic group.
Yeah, Germans and you know, Vikings or Norse or Swedish, I kind of always look at them as the same sort of people.
Yeah, I think the northern, like the Viking language is Scandinavian. There's the Germanic languages, so... Mm-hmm. The Germs, they're the people that the Romans couldn't Holocaust. Couldn't get them all.
I mean, Caesar was going to do it, but he got stabbed in the Senate before he had the chance.
And they came back to bite Rome, huh? Anyways, these Anglo-Saxons are like, yeah, let's, well, I guess, what should we do? There's a spooky ship out there. And luckily there's an American cowboy on board.
He's like, we're going to go check it out.
Yeah, he's like, we're going to go take a look. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I mean, he's not fucking wrong.
It's true, but it's just like... this movie is just a lot of really reluctant, like, self-conscious British people, and then one crazy American cowboy. It's interesting, like, how cliche all the characters are.
Yeah, it is really bad. I will say, though, if a group of, like, astronauts went out into space, and they go to Halley's Comet, and they there's a spaceship there, and they can't radio back to Earth, I wouldn't be shocked if they go check it out.
I mean, I probably would too.
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, you know
You're
what?
space explorers, you're already agreed to shoot yourself up into space with, questionable chances of return because you're going to explore a comet.
Mm-hmm.
Check out the fucking alien spaceship. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, like, we might die out here in space anyways. May as well be the first one to fucking alien. Speaking of which, this alien ship, so it looks a little bit like a dick, but then it also looks like...
when you go inside, it's a goddamn vagina.
Yeah.
Don't say it looks a little bit like a vagina. I know vagina when I see one.
The one of the people...
vaginal canal, to be
one of the astronauts on it when they're going through it.
I feel like I've been here before.
It says, it's like similar, it seems like it's organic, like similar to like an artery or something. It's like, no, that's a vaginal canal.
It's a birthing canal, son.
But the ship also kind of looks like, some trees have like barbed little shit that they'll shoot out to...
Yeah, especially when it opens up at the end.
Mm-hmm. So they can spread their seeds and,
fungus-like, almost.
Yeah, so that was interesting. Whoever designed that ship does interesting choice they made. One of the few interesting choices in the movie.
I think the most interesting choice is how naked everybody is.
Well, I guess it's just because, you find out later that they just didn't. That's not what they look like. They're just like, oh, we gotta turn these humans on so we can suck their life force, so we'll just be sexy humans. And sexy humans are naked, I guess. Or they just don't wear clothes. Cause
she wears clothes at one point in the movie.
She's got her death shroud on. Because this movie is fucking Dracula. This is the story of Dracula.
Kind of, like a shitty Dracula.
But no, they basically are like, hey, you know what? Dracula.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of vampire movies are just Dracula.
Well, I mean, this is like story beats from Dracula.
Even down to the point, like how so many characters seem to be the main character, and there's always like a shifting perspective of who we're supposed to be rooting for. At one point, doesn't one of the main characters, Dr. Bokovic?
He's got crazy not English name.
Yeah, and he just like dies off screen and disappears, and that's it. That's the last scene of him. But he was our main character at one point.
For a second, it seemed like he was gonna be the main character.
Yeah.
But
a lot of weird writing.
Yeah, we get these cool psychedelic cuts.
Bram Stoker didn't do that.
I do like these like psychedelic, like weird, time shifty cuts.
And I was always expecting like an interplay, Austin Powers kind of dance scene in between.
Yeah, where they're like going down the artery.
Yeah.
And like, I think I've been here before. Oh, it feels so strange. And like, I was like, it's interesting. Like Toby Hooper was trying. Then they looks like they arrive on the set of Alien, and they find the space jockey, and everything's all just organic, metallic, H.G. Geiger type shit. Yeah. They're like, hey, you know what? Let's just recreate that.
Oh, and they're like, oh, it's friggin' bats.
Oh, bats. Friggin' bats. It's fucking friggin' bats.
Oh, Halloween.
And then here's what they have propulsion in these scenes.
And they fucking broke. I don't know if this is in the director's cut.
They broke the bat's
thumb off. They broke the bat.
Like, man, what is this?
I better break it.
Completely desiccated. Yeah, but now they got like little fart gas coming out of their backpacks to propel themselves. But I guess they didn't need that in open space. Whatever, Toby Hooper.
I don't know if that's his call, right? How much of the movie did he handle post-production?
That's a good point, actually. Because he did spend a lot of time shooting these interior space scenes, and they actually look pretty good. So, that they might have just been like, fucking, I don't know, here's $50. Get those spacemen in that ship. Make sure there's some green fart gas everywhere in space.
And then they go, and there's the babes.
Fuck yeah.
And then, like, some of the,
the music, I like the music here. It sounds like they're using a theremin, but it might just be, like, they're just kind of filled with, like, human vocals.
The main cowboy American guy is, like, really intently focused on the lady vampire. But, like, some of his coworkers, his fellow astronauts, are, perusing the male vampires as well. I think it's strong in the pants.
Well, my note says he's mesmerized by the thickness. And then one of the dudes mentions, they're trying to radio back to the ship. And like, oh, we're not getting any picture. You said you saw a naked lady? Can I get those? We're not seeing anything. Can you
turn the camera off and on, please?
We really need to see what's going on in there. Where the pics at? And then one dude mentions, I've been in space for 6 months. This is all looking real good to me. So that's why they're like checking out the dudes too. They're like, I'm tired of fucking all these other astronauts.
Well, I mean, there's one lady astronaut, and she gives that dude the side eye as soon as he says that.
Mm-hmm. Which is also like, she's a pretty good looking woman herself. Like, and also 6 months. Like, oh man, 6 months in space, I'm going crazy.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I think you'll be alright. I think you can masturbate in space.
You have to do it in a special bag.
It'll also propel you through space.
That's how they got to the alien ship.
Mm-hmm. Like, alright, everyone go. Pew!
Yeah, the alien vampires. Very clear there's some sex magic going on here.
Just like in vampire stuff.
That Dan... What the hell's that dude's name? Angels and Airwaves. Arthur.
Zoom Dunes. Dan Brown.
Dan Brown, that's it. Wasn't
Very
that what there's like some Christian sex cult? That was the whole thing of Da Vinci Code?
No, that was Opus Dei.
What?
Or Opus Dei. They're not a Christian sex cult. They exist for real. They're like
I know
a Catholic
they're...
sect that like flagellates themselves a lot. But maybe for sexual
No,
reasons.
not him. The other, the woman, the main character lady. Her adopted father was in like some weird Christian sex cult.
Oh, I thought they just were like the people that...
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen or read the book. So.
They were into the descendants of Jesus because they thought Mary Magdalene and Jesus had a child. So there's like a...
No, there was a whole weird sex element going on.
There usually is in like some of these weird evangelical Christian offshoots.
Let's just talk about some of the problems that the Catholic Church has had.
Yeah, come on. Let the priests fuck, but not little kids. If you let them fuck, I'll probably stop molesting little kids. Maybe. Not all of them.
You gotta. I mean, like, it shouldn't be that big of a problem. Like,
it doesn't seem to line up with the prevalence of pedophilia in the larger community.
No.
So something's going on. Or maybe people that are pedophiles that grew up religiously feel like that'll be a way for them to battle their personal demons, so they join the church.
It'll help them.
I was thinking the other day, like, I should have gotten to the Catholic Church, because I think it'd be funny for me to do confession or whatever, and then for people to be like, thank you, Father McDonald. Just because our last name was kind of funny. Yeah, that's it. It's totally changed my life just for,
For the lulz.
Yeah, and it'll only be funny for like a couple of weeks probably, and then I'd be like, man, what a mistake. Now we go 30 days later, and I was like, alright, cool, I'm tired of this space shit. So I was happy for that, but, we're done.
But no, we're not.
No, we'll be back. Because they're like, oh, Churchill's here, but
he's not talking to us.
Not responding. What's going on? I guess we'll spin up another spaceship to take a look.
Columbia.
Yeah, they go inside and they're like, skeletons.
Well, first they got a soft dock. There's a lot of like really subtle sexual innuendo in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Just like 2001, in my opinion. I think it's in there. I don't know. They get so the skeletons everywhere. Shit's all burnt up. They're like, huh, what? Oh
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
There's been a fire.
Yeah. But they're like, well, let's get the ship records. And they pull out, like, big ass, like, VHS beta tapes. Like, yes, the future.
My question is, what were the ship records at NASA? What did the black box look like currently in the space shuttles? Because they had space shuttles at that point. So,
like, what did they look like?
What do they look like? Why don't you just copy that? Maybe that's what they looked like when they did.
Yeah, they could have just been reel-to-reel shit.
Yeah. Well, probably not, though.
1985? I don't know.
I don't think so. Not in space.
I don't know. But they find the vampires, and one of the dudes is like, you gotta get in here. You gotta see this shit. There's a fucking babe.
There's a crazy sex vampire in here.
You gotta see this babe. Alright, let's bring these fellas to Earth. See what they're all about.
My notes are like, naked, blimey, miracle day.
I don't know, they seem like they're dead. Their coffins are like real, but not real. I don't know, they're trying to make it all mystical and like, oh, we don't understand this spooky space stuff. I don't know, I don't care. And then there's some dude on TV talking about Haley Bob Comet. And he's like, oh yeah, fucking disaster is Latin for evil star. That's what the Romans called it. So this star's evil. Foreshadowing, I guess, but it doesn't seem relevant to what's going on anyways. It might have been cut from your version because it really seemed completely
I don't think I ever saw it, man.
Yeah. But then, so they got the sexy vampire babe, Space Girl, as she's called. That's the only thing she's ever referred to in the movie as Space Girl. That's her credit in it. Matilda May as Space Girl. Yeah, this security guy's gonna creep on her.
It's not his fault. He's drawn out sex magic.
I guess, but also, he's probably just a creep.
Maybe. Probably.
He's the first one to fall into it. He was probably like already ready, like,
He's not the first one to fall into it. Like the entire crew of the Churchill fell into it.
He's the first one to go for it. Where he's just like,
we don't know that. We don't know what happened.
I don't know, man. I'll go
almost gonna kiss this crazy sex vampire.
No, he's gonna touch the titty. But then she wakes up and is like, hey, what are you trying to do? You trying to touch his titties? So she makes sure to give him a big old kiss for his sexual assault.
Meanwhile, our doctor friend is sitting silently.
He's
smoking.
Watching it.
Yeah, that dude is smoking the entire movie.
Yeah, he's a doctor. He's probably smoking Camels because it was, 8 out of 10 doctors recommend to smoke Camels? Back in the old days, anyhow. Yeah, so he's smoking Camels, having a good time. He's watching it on the security camera. He's like,
no, it's full.
What's going on here? And he sees that she's awake and up.
But he's
something strange going on, but he's just kind of waiting. Then he runs off and he's like, what's this all about? When she kisses him, she does spooky space magic. And after the kiss, he gets turned into the queen. That's like the doctor runs in there. He's like, "Oh, Madam Queen, what are you doing here?"
Your Majesty.
And she's like, "Where are my corgis?"
They all died.
Yeah, and soon she'll be next. The Queen seems like an okay lady, I guess.
I mean, it's best. I like her as much as I can reasonably like a person that
is royalty.
Is royalty.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't care.
I really don't. I don't understand America's infatuation with British royalty.
I could have sworn he fought a war to not have to worry about that shit. Yeah. Like, oh, Prince Harry's getting married. I'm glad he married an American mixed race girl though. Take that, royalty. Fucking doing it. We out here. Go, regular people. So this doctor's in there with the spooky space lady. He looks like he's about to get kissed too. And then another doctor is watching on the computer screen. I know, right? And for a second, I thought it was going to be like a series of
so do I.
Running in, getting kissed, and like going to save the other guy and getting kissed, and like she's just going to stack up like a dozen of these like dumb doctors.
So did I. Like just running her one at a time like a cartoon. That's my notes.
Yeah, that would have been great. That could have been the whole movie.
It's after Earth is depopulated.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess she escapes, but she just kind of walks out. But then there's some British security guys.
Hey, love. You want a biscuit? Have some me biscuit. You want a digestive, eh?
I just love. I love seeing all these.
What's this, love? You want yourself a digestive, then, eh?
I love just seeing all these like goofy British men from the 80s. Like, there's something about British dudes in movies for most of my life where they're always just like fucking nerds, you know what I mean? Like, I don't
Star Wars. They're always like uptight and like.
I don't think there was any cool British people in movies until like the 2005.
Yeah, even when Patrick Stewart shows up in this, you're like, yeah, I know you're.
He's Scottish, right?
But yeah, he's Scottish, but still,
he's not like from Glasgow.
Yeah.
I mean, I like. he's very Shakespearean.
You're more train spotting and you're Scottish.
Yeah, well, because Patrick Stewart is British before he's Scottish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. But yeah, so these British dorks are like, "Hey, have some biscuit, come on," and don't worry. That dude is just fucking killed. She zaps him.
No, he lives.
Is he the one that lives?
He lived. All the security guards live.
Oh, she just like knocks him out?
And she walks off.
If I was that old guy, or even after the first guy got knocked out by space lasers, I'd have been like, fuck it, you're free to go. Have a good time. That's alright.
Me too.
Yeah, and she fucking blows out the windows. It's pretty cool. There's a weird like synth sound in the background. She does it. I was like, if only this one scene could somehow spread out into the rest of the movie and make it interesting.
Make the rest of it good.
Yeah, but it doesn't. They had rubber like feet glued to the bottom of her feet for that scene, so she'd walk on the glass. Yeah. In case you're curious about how she did it.
I wasn't. I assumed there's some sort of movie magic.
Oh no, she's just tough as hell. She's like, I don't care.
Then we get the detective. He's here to detect.
The best, yeah. So the SAS guy's here. Yeah, he's coming in. and the people around him. So there's a guy with the camera, and some dude grabs the camera, takes it away, throws the film out, and then he's like, "Sorry," because they're British.
Sorry, can't have that now, can we? Sorry.
He's like, "Fuck your camera." Sorry.
Queen country.
Sorry about that, fella. So
Whoa,
you know, like
no,
Canadians have
sorry.
the stereotype for being just like super friendly and polite, and
Yeah, British have a different stereotype.
well, they're like
Being very proper.
yeah, but like it's also like fake.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, people have the stereotype of Americans that we're very friendly and fake friendly, fake nice, smile too much at strangers.
I don't think Americans are very friendly, but
Not in Arizona.
nah, or really like in the Bay Area.
What? I mean, we
Yeah,
know all our neighbors.
yeah.
We
I
talk
mean,
to.
in the neighborhood, yeah, but like you wouldn't be walking around.
You'd be like, I remember like I don't know. I don't remember it being like. But it was. I guess compare it to here, where I don't talk to any of my fucking neighbors.
Yeah. Well, Arizona's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I do think it's weird to like wave at strangers and.
I don't wave at people, but you smile when you talk.
The only thing I ever do is like thank people, you're welcome for like holding doors, stuff like that, or like once in a while like
people.
yeah, and then like head nods to like other dudes a lot of the time happens. It's, okay.
Yeah.
But that's about it for my friendliness with strangers. Like, yes, I see you. You're also another big man. Okay.
I don't head nod to anybody.
Oh no.
No.
I always do the down one, never the up one, unless it's someone I know, which is weird, because I feel like it's an animalistic thing. Like,
I'm sure it's definitely.
I can't expose my neck to you. I don't know you.
It's part of our monkey brain. I'm sure.
Yeah, that's interesting. Then, crazy doctor guy is like, man, I'm so sweaty. That was the sexiest and most horrible thing that ever happened to me.
I'm so hot right now.
He looks like.
Let me talk to you about Lifeforce.
He's on Molly right now. That's what's going on. He's like all sweaty and shit. And
everything
like,
I touch feels so good.
Oh man, you'll never believe this shit. Like, we got like the craziest boner right now.
Colonel, let me tell you about Lifeforce.
And then he's like, I gotta smoke a cigarette. And he's like, man, I'm way more nauseous than I thought I was. I need to go outside and catch my breath. He's on Molly. Come on to this guy. He starts talking to the other doctor though, because our main character is gone now. So here's another doctor we're gonna talk to.
He's gonna be another. Our new main character is this Colonel, the SAS detective.
Yeah, but we don't even know that yet, really, because he's coming in as, I guess, but he's like, I see you're interested in death, and he's like, yeah, I like death. And then he's like,
him and Trash.
He starts talking about. They go on more about
this old man would tear Trash apart. I just picture a bunch of old men coming and grab him and tear me apart. This is the old man she's talking about.
Damn. They talk about Lifeforce a little bit more, and then he's like, yeah, she's kind of like a vampire. Whoa! I can't believe that shit.
I think they cut that from the theatrical.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I might have.
I feel like I would have called that on my notes, but
my note just says, a vampire.
A vampire?
Remember that one time you drew a picture of
vampires?
Vampires. Because it was like super like fake.
Well,
satirically like dark.
It was my satirical one of the kids that are writing that weird poetry.
Yeah.
Because remember it was on Grace Journal and all these people were writing this weird shit
about vampires and werewolves.
Yeah.
And demons. Yeah. I mean, I think that still goes on, but it's on Tumblr.
Also, I'm not like 17 anymore, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you're not exposed to it very much.
Yeah.
I take a look once in a while, see what the kids are into, just because like teenagers are always into weird shit on the internet. I like to see how weird it gets. It's gotten kind of over the top weird, where there are.
I've seen Sonic fandom, so I have.
Well, no, I think it's getting to dangerous territory now, where there's like a pedophilia acceptance movement kind of on Tumblr, whereas it's just another orientation. Fucking the Republicans were right. It's a slippery slope.
Nah, I don't think so.
It's just the people on the internet.
That was not going to catch on. I also really love it when people try to use the argument, like, oh, she's already gone through puberty, so it's not pedophilia.
Yeah, it's the
okay, let's split hairs here, you fucking weirdo creeps.
Yeah, also, young girls look young to me now as a 32-year-old man. Like, even if I see, like, 19, 20, 21, or 20, like...
They look young, right?
They look young, like... I don't even know if I can talk to you. It'll make me feel weird. I mean, I talk to them at work all the time because
you have no choice.
I have to interact with them, but So yeah.
It's like I wouldn't go out of my way to have an interaction with a 19 or 20-year-old girl.
No. Mm-mm. 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 They look young. Yeah, so you guys on the internet, you creeps. There's the loudest shoulder touch ever happens. We're watching one of the sergeants look in at the two male.
Yeah,
and like you see the guy coming
look
up.
Look at these handsome blokes there. Hey,
you see the other guy coming up behind him, and then he touches his shoulder, and for some reason there's just like a loud crashing noise.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Why did that
I thought
happen?
the dudes were breaking out.
Yeah, and then they do break out though.
Yeah.
They blow the shit out of the glass.
He's really staring at these guys. He's into them.
Well, yeah, because they're sexy vampire boys.
Yeah, is this a comment on like the Kinsey scale of sexuality, or is this we're supposed to assume this guy is full on homosexual?
I think it's the power of the vampires, but as or the power of the reality of the Kinsey scale, seen through the power of sexy space vampires. It's a little bit of both.
Wow, this movie did deserve an Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say a Grammy, but I don't think the music's that good.
Yeah, they can shoot the shit out of these vampires, but they're like, we don't care, we love bullets.
We eat bullets for breakfast. We're impervious to bullets.
And they very gingerly throw grenades at him and hide around the corner.
Very British grenade throwing.
Like,
oh, love.
Oh,
heavens.
Oh, golly. And then it cuts away because they hear the explosion, the SAS, man, and they're like, oh, we gotta go check out, see what's going on with that. When they get down there, though, Sergeant and his other sergeant seem fine. They're on the phone like, oh, yeah, everything's under control now.
We got him.
We blew him up. Fucking blew him up. No problem. And
look, there's parts of them everywhere.
It's like, well, all right, seems fine then. We'll just go. We're gonna
go. Good show then.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Good show, chaps. We're going to go dissect the other guy.
So let me know if you find a lovely woman I'd like to touch a titty.
Yeah, so they're gonna dissect the original victim. This is what you're talking about, like Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, puppet work.
This cool puppet who comes to life. He's all shriveled up, and he's like, "Kiss me, other doctor." It was terrifying for me. Before the puppet came to life, there's like a shot from the perspective of the puppet, and it's like all the surgeons gathered around, and I was like, "Oh my god, look at all these stern British faces." It was terrifying.
Nobody smile.
Yeah. All the other surgeons and shit just watched as this dust zombie kissed the other surgeon. Like, you think you'd just be like, no. Stop. They just watched it happen. He comes back to life.
Well, they're scientists, so we gotta observe.
I guess, but they're, like, terrified. Like, they're intimidated by this fucking dusty skeleton. That dude comes back to life, though. He sucked the Lifeforce out of the other dude. I mean, whatever.
He seems surprised he's back to life, too.
Yeah. But
and then one of the other doctors finally starts to go into action and he readies some sedative.
Yeah, he's like, whoa, shit. We put this guy to sleep, put him in prison. He's a kisser. Cut to another victim of Space Girl. And they're talking to just, a couple of chaps, a real couple of lads out in the woods. And I guess they were creeping on this lady and Space Girl, the victim. Because they're like, yeah. She wasn't wearing too many clothes. You thought, might, there might be, and that's the thing. He goes, he's just like, yes.
Yes, right. You don't say. Yes, you're looking to stick your penis into it. I understand.
Well, they thought they were going to be doing some lesbian stuff and they could watch from the bushes. A little mutual masturbation. And SS guy is, like, familiar with that because he probably went to British private school.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Oh, yes, me and my chaps.
Yes, they're really concerned that she has clothes now. Because, oh shit, she's got a disguise. They'll never be able to identify her with clothes on.
I'm pretty sure this entire sequence isn't in the theatrical version.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, you missed out. It did really ruin the pace of them revealing, oh, look, here's another deflated man. We could just break him apart. But after 2 hours, they come back to life and they're sucking souls and all that shit. And then one of them runs into the gate and turns to dust.
Yeah, that all happens in the same sequence in the theatrical
version.
version.
Which makes more sense. But I do think it was,
tell me more.
It's like immediately, he's like, oh, yes, of course. Yes.
No, say no more. I've got it.
Yeah, of course.
There's no such thing.
We found the space capsule from the Churchill. Like, oh, where is it?
Tejas.
It's gonna land in Tejas. And they're like, oh no.
Oh, Tejas. I've never been to the place.
That's where the Cowboys live.
That's where the Cowboy's going. He's going home.
Yeah.
How did the American end up in Texas?
Oh, his trajectory was shitty because he's in an escape
I mean,
pod.
the odds are you actually end up in the ocean somewhere.
Yeah, because that's where most of the Earth is. But not Texas. It just happened. Yeah, so the American guy from space is in the capsule of the escape pod. I don't know why he arrived later than Churchill too. That also was like, what? Why wouldn't he just?
Well, I mean, the Churchill arrived in Earth's orbit. I assume he arrived around the same time, right? And they just left the Churchill up in orbit. We have no idea.
Oh, maybe he didn't.
Down.
Maybe he didn't shoot out of the escape pod until after they. So Churchill arrives in orbit. He's still on the Churchill.
Or I assume he leaves shortly before it arrives in orbit.
I don't know.
But like, the escape pod doesn't have any propulsion, right? So he's just waiting for to pull into Earth's gravity and then.
Oh, you don't think it has any propulsion?
I assume it doesn't, but.
I guess maybe it just gets launched out of the ship towards the Earth. And
yeah, I mean, it's like the space shuttles don't have a escape pod, so I don't know the science behind this.
Yeah. Well, no, they rescue the American guy. They get him to England real fast. Like, it's just a cut, and he's now in England. And he's like, oh, yes, more bland English food. Do you have more of those boiled lamb shanks? Did you put We made sure not to put any seasoning on this meat, so you can enjoy it.
I mean, just a sprinkle of salt.
I
do feel like the stereotypical like white people can't cook is clearly
British.
British.
Yeah, it's British people. Well, yeah, because Italian food,
Spanish food,
French food,
Polish food.
Yeah, Polish food. There's tons of shit that's from white people. Just
not British.
Yeah, it's just the thing is, just like not all black people are a unified culture, not all white people have a unified culture.
What?
Yeah, when people say white in the United States, what they're really referring to is
wasps.
Yeah, just like this weird flavorless mayonnaise culture that Germans and English gave us.
So you mean Germans gave us?
Yeah, because English.
I'm gonna keep hammering that.
Yeah, just get it into your mind. Actually, I think through genetic testing, they found that a lot of people in England still are mostly
Celtic.
Yeah, because the Germans, the fucking.
I mean, there's so many Germans that invaded England, though, right? So Vikings, Scandinavians, Anglo-Saxons, Normans, I believe, are still Germans. They're not Gauls.
What, the Normans?
Yeah,
they're Vikings. That's why they're called. They're
Germans.
Northmen. Yeah, they're Northmen. And then they integrated into France, took over the Normandy region. Then they're like, hey, you know what? Let's go to England and take that over. And they're like, hey, we speak French now, but probably with a terrible accent.
It's a Swedish chef trying to speak French.
Yeah.
Oui. Oui.
Yeah. Well, anyways, they talk to this American fella. He tells them about he's the one who blew up the ship because he's like, oh, those spooky vampires. They were killing everyone. Oh, jeez, it was just...
Oh, jeez, so many vampires.
It was too spooky. These British guys are really impressed. They're like, oh, yes.
No, I don't think the Colonel believes them.
No, they love it. They're like, oh, yes, another strong, willful Yankee.
This kind of spunk that saved us in World War II.
Yeah, but they're like, all right, well, I guess we can use this American. I don't know, I feel like they should have just got a story and be like, all right, back to Texas with you. Good luck.
Meanwhile, the SAS colonel's like, I guess I'm going to have him hang around along with me.
Yeah, what it really boils down to is she was too sexy, and so he had to blow up the ship so she couldn't come to Earth and vamp it up.
Oh, man, I don't know if it's in the director's cut. I assume it is. The overlong sex scene.
Hell yeah, I loved it. Especially the part where she just blows into the wall and says, what's up, it's background. Also, the sound in the sex scene is so fucking loud. There's just babies screaming in the background, women screaming, weird, like, cymbal crashes, and it's not particularly erotic. He's kissing a lot of collarbones and faces and stuff, and, like...
He's just, like, pushing his face into her a lot, and, like,
so that's weird.
His hands are everywhere.
The lighting is cool. I did actually like the scene. It was just kind of like, this is dumb.
Roxanne!
Yeah.
You don't have to turn on that red light.
But, oh, it was a dream. It was
Or was it?
It was all a dream.
Or is it some sort of vision?
Maybe, but he wakes up and he's the sweatiest dude I've ever seen.
Yeah, because he's getting some of his Lifeforce.
He's got like ghoulie drool all over him. That's how sweaty he is. And then after this point, they're like, "What? You have a psychic connection to Space Girl? We can use this." And at this point is when everyone should be like, "Oh, it's fucking Dracula. This is Dracula."
I write in my notes like, "Oh shit, you're familiar. It's Renfield."
Yeah. Well, so check it out. They just like Dracula arrives in the United States on a ship.
Yeah.
Full of corpses because he drained them all.
Yeah, but we missed all the beginning with.
Oh yeah, because they, I don't know. They just.
And then the shifting perspectives too is very Dracula. They just don't do a very good job of it.
Yeah, no, it's just bad Dracula.
It's bad space Dracula with tits.
He's like, "Hey, you ever been hypnotized? Let me hypnotize you."
Hypnotoad.
And when he was doing it, he was like, "You're getting real sleepy," and I was, because the movie was boring.
I fell asleep 3 times watching this movie.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find out she's trying to find a healthy man to feed off of. And then she finds an overweight old Englishman in the country.
Yeah, she switched bodies too for some reason.
Yeah, well, this is where the lore and the rules of the movie start to really break down. But yeah, that dude didn't look that healthy. She seduces him. Who knows what happens?
She's like, "I'm hacking up my dress."
She's pulling her dress over her knees. He's touching her
thigh. He's touching. It was really too much for me.
She had really freckly thighs too, which you don't see too often.
Yeah, clearly.
Like, I have a lot of freckles because I guess I'll reveal this on the podcast now. I'm technically a ginger.
I think you said ginger really before.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have the hair on my brain is not really red anymore. I also have super dark eyes, but my beard's really red, and I do have some freckles. Yeah, so, I don't know, it doesn't look that healthy. She's got freckly legs. Cut to the doctor. He's got a big fucking metal sword. And he's like, "I know what to do about these fucking vampires."
Stab him. Just like they say in the books.
Yeah, so they, based on his visions, they're able to track down the woman that she supposedly inhabited, and then she's at some place for the criminally insane. She's a nurse there.
Yeah. And
Patrick Stewart's there too.
Oh my god,
Patrick Stewart's there. He's like he runs the place. And yeah, so she's a nurse, but Cowboy Man attacks her, and she's like, she's a masochist. She's an extreme masochist. She wants to be hurt, and so he just manhandles her for a while.
I'm gonna sexterrogation her. Is what it was. It was really weird.
Yeah, it was weird. Then he somehow finds out a description from her about who Vampire Lady jumped into. He describes him as Patrick Stewart, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the child murderer." And so they go into his room. They're gonna interrogate him with some drugs, but apparently Cowboy Man was touched by Patrick Stewart and realized that Patrick Stewart was actually Space Girl. So they tackle him and put the drugs in him, and they're gonna interrogate him now. Apparently this Cowboy Man could just read minds and shit, because one time he was possessed by her slightly, and so now he can read the minds of anyone she also possessed. See, this is fucking, it's all over the place. None of this shit's making sense.
I do like the nurse assistant Lurch.
Yeah.
This seems like dude.
Lamson or something like that.
Lamson.
I noticed that pretty much every character in this movie has got a son name. Like Carlson, Lamson, I don't know.
Bjornsson?
Yeah.
Arnson?
Which, hey, why all those English people have son names? Is it because they have some affiliation with the patronic naming system of North Germany and the Viking lands? Huh. Bring more drugs, though, because we're gonna fucking drug the shit out of Patrick Stewart. Cowboy Man's fucking losing it at this point.
Patrick Stewart's acting this is kind of weird. It's like he's just screaming.
He's like, whatever. He knows what's going on.
Yeah, this movie's fucking crazy.
He's
like, nuts.
Whatever.
I'm having fun here.
Yeah, they're just fucking drugging him, yelling at him. It's switching into Space Girl. Fucking Patrick Stewart has his first on-screen kiss, apparently.
with the dude.
With the dude in this, yeah.
So kiss him. Kiss your captive.
Yeah, and she's, I don't know, fucking trying to steal his Lifeforce or something. And they just, they double fist those drugs into him, though. Stab him in the neck on both sides, yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah, and they're like, all right, well, fucking let's get her back to London or whatever. They call the doctor with the sword because he was about to. I don't know. There's a shortcut where one of the sergeant guys walks in and is like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And he's like, "Yeah, 1 second." They call the doctor and he's like, "Turns out the vampire boys actually killed the guards, transformed into them, then transformed the guards' bodies into the burnt up some bodies and blah blah blah. They fucking can read minds and transform bodies and I don't know. They got all these weird shit powers that
we didn't know about until like 2 seconds.
But he's like, yeah, you just kill him with swords. I stabbed the shit out of him. He's fucking dead. But back to the helicopter. The coolest effect in the movie takes place.
Oh, and the whole movie is like turning into like a zombie apocalypse movie at this point.
No, not yet. It's about to.
Oh, okay.
First, we get this really cool effect. Like blood starts shooting out of Patrick Stewart and the other guy who died. I don't know. He was unimportant to the story. He died while they were interrogating him. He fell down and broke his neck or something. But blood starts shooting out of him. It's gathering together into a heart.
Gross blood woman.
Yeah, and then it turns into gross blood version of Space Girl, and she's like, "Hey, you guys fucking suck!" And it turns into blood, and like, oh no, she's free. Fucking okay, I guess. Like, what is this power? What is she doing?
Wait, what does this mean? Yeah.
And then it turns out her body, she's not actually. She's not actually possessing people because her body's in London, and I don't know. She's fucking her consciousness is jumping around, and she's traveling by blood. Like
I don't know what your problem is. This all makes perfect sense.
I mean, it's not too complex to follow. It's just like none of it lines up, or why? It's just like yeah, this shit happens, and this happens, and she can do this, and blah blah blah. Fucking, you kill them with swords though.
It's a boring movie, and this is really bad. Right?
Yeah, that effect is really cool. Cowboy Man, American Cowboy reveals that he was the one that set her free, and he loved her a bunch, and she took some of his life force, and he's like, I survived, no one else did, because I deserve the kisses.
and now we see London is burning.
Yeah.
But I live by the river.
Live by the river, London calling. Yeah, my note says London has fallen. Because I was like, maybe Gerard Butler will show up.
No, I literally just wrote the Clash lyrics.
Yeah, which that's better than mine. Yeah, we see basically zombies now, which also spits in the face of the rules they established earlier in the movie. Right?
Yeah,
they get the life force sucked out. 2 hours later, they come back to life.
And then
if they don't get life force,
all these people should be dust that are chasing. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they also don't look like they're trying to suck the life force out of people. They're trying to eat them.
Beat the shit out of them.
Yeah. So I don't know. You can't trust the government because Prime Minister is a zombie too, or something.
Yeah, he's sucking
He tries
to the secretary.
I don't know.
Come here, they didn't give you them kisses.
Janice, come here. Come on, Janice. Come on. Come on.
Come on, Janice. It's happening again. This time's gonna be a little different.
I like though that when SAS man Kane and American Cowboy Carlson see that, they just look at each other and like, let's get back on the helicopter. And they do, and they get chased by some zombies. They're zombies, man. One of them tries to hold on to the helicopter. He accidentally he degloves his hand because he's a zombie and falls off. The other one gets shot with the flare, but they're just zombies. You go, why are there zombies now? What the fuck?
I would be more angry at this movie, but it's so boring that I don't care.
I actually like this movie, and I like how ridiculous it gets at the end, but just the internal consistencies upset me because I like. I don't know. I feel like you have to have a set of rules for your horror movie, even if it's like supernatural or sci-fi. You got the rules need to make sense and be internally consistent.
Right, you don't necessarily have to state the rules, but you can't have this weird jumping around all over.
Well, they just make up shit as they go,
right?
Like some
like
sort
a horror story.
Yeah, or like some sort of regular ass any type TV show you see where it's written by multiple people and they don't know how many seasons they're gonna get, and they came up with one idea for the pilot, and then they got picked up, and they're like, I don't know, let's make shit up as we go.
Just write lots.
Yeah, well, that's why sitcoms worked on TV for so long. They're episodic.
Yeah,
you just write whatever the fuck you want. But now everything's got to be long form serial drama, and they're still using the same business and writing techniques that they use for sitcoms for TV and shit.
I mean, some of that has changed. You see a lot more limited series now. Yeah,
luckily, but even those suffer from the same business problems of TV.
Yeah,
True Detective Season 1 as compared to True Detective Season 2. Just because they needed to get Season 2 out, couldn't get this. First season, all one director, all one writer. He had years and years to write the first season, fucking amazing. Second season, writing was rushed, very bad. Multiple directors or not every episode, but multiple directors for the series. Some of them are fucking Game of Thrones directors, who I don't care what you say, fucking all the directors on that show are bland as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, Game of Thrones is another show that I think is that. I don't think direction's that amazing.
They have a lot of money.
Well, I do now.
Well, no, that's what everyone's. Yeah, but the costumes and the special effects.
Yeah,
like, cool. They have a big budget. Cool.
Yeah, but I mean, that's part of directing, but it's not. I'm like talking about what's actually in camera.
Yeah, then it's all. Yeah. Well, okay, so establishing shot, close up of one character, other character talks, close up of them, back to the other character. It's fucking just TV show shit.
Dutch angle.
Yeah. No, sometimes are Dutch angles, which are weird. But alright, I digress, man. We're talking about Lifeforce, so what the fuck do I know about filmmaking? Except for Toby Hooper is a good director. He knows how to at least point the camera and make something happen, you know? Fucking SAS guy is really upset that NATO declared military.
Yeah, they're gonna.
What the fuck is it called?
Martial law.
Martial law. You know the shit that like conservatives are always worried about. That's why they have to have so many guns. Like, he's like, NATO?
Yeah, so they can fight the National Guard.
It's just great when like, yeah, NATO's declared martial law, and he's like, NATO of all people.
How does NATO declare martial law in England?
I don't know, but they're gonna nuke England if this shit doesn't get solved.
Duke nuke England.
Yeah, like fuck that shit. Yeah, then the American guy reveals like, oh yeah, you know this is where he's we don't know what they really look like because they just.
No, they look like a fucking bat demon. I've seen them.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen it yet.
No, they saw it in the spaceship, remember?
You don't know that yet.
Pretty sure.
But he's like, yeah, we don't know what they look like. Whenever they encounter new species, they have to mate with it a little bit to figure it out. And she mated with me a little bit, so we're going to be kissing forever. And you're starting to be like, this American guy is just like, he's into Space Girl. Like, he's not here to help. He's here to find her and get some kisses.
Yeah, I'm on to you, Renfield.
Yeah. The American guy does take off because he's like, I'm going to find her and give her kisses. And then the SAS guy's like, well, I got to go after him. And one of the colonel there who's running the shit is like, well, we've only got an hour and a half, though. Before the nuke comes, I guess. But it's just interesting that you only got an hour and a half, man. Like, well, just give up. You only have an hour and a half. He's like, fuck it, I'm going. Whose car is this? And some other random dude's like, it's the colonel's. And he's like, give me the keys. The dude has the keys. Why does the dude have the colonel's keys? Yeah, this movie is crazy. He's just driving through zombies now. I actually do like some of the driving scenes because you tell they're on just a stage and they're like rocking the car back and forth and people are just walking by as if he's driving. Good stuff. Reminds me of like the Mighty Boosh.
I'm gonna watch Mighty Boosh
again. That's the next episode. We're just gonna watch season 1 of the Mighty Boosh. Do you ever watch the Big Fat Quiz of Everything?
Mm-hmm.
They do one every year for like, the Big Fat Quiz of 2018 or at the end of the year. But they usually got like Richard Ayoade, Noel Fielding, David Mitchell, like the best of the best in British TV comedy. Should check it out sometime. Just watch Big Fat Quiz of 2018. It's pretty funny.
Is Nick Frost on it?
Nah.
I'm out.
He's like too important to be on TV in England, I think. Anyways, this will probably be cut. But that's one of the only things I like about England is some of their comedians.
Their comedy.
Yeah. Then we cut to Cowboy Man also driving. He gets the zombie arm caught in his window and he pulls it off. And the prop's really bad. It's like, it looks like Spirit Store, Halloween, Servo. It's like, SAS guy goes to back to the space station place, right? The European Space Center to meet the doctor guy who's acting real suspicious.
Oh, let me tell you more about Lifeforce.
Mm-hmm. He's like, hey man, let me give you.
Turns out there is life force after death.
Yeah, because you get connected to her brain or some. I don't know. They're making up more bullshit. But yeah, so he obviously did get kissed by the vampire man before he killed him because he's like, I don't need kisses now.
Would you like a kiss, little boy?
Yeah, but he shoots him in. Remember, he said earlier it's like 2 inches below the heart is like the source of your life force, so like your pancreas or something. So he shoots him there.
Spleen. Pancreas is lower.
Oh yeah, well he shoots him in the spleen. The old man's like, "Well, there I go," and his life force gets blasted out the window. Luckily, Kane or Colin, whatever his name is, SAS man.
Peter Firth.
Yeah, Peter Firth. Colin Firth's brother. He's like, let me grab that sword.
Hold on, I'm gonna be King Arthur real quick.
Yeah, but you know, he touches the sword and it just like straight up wiggles. Like it's not in there very good.
When he pulls it out and skeleton.
He's like, "What?" Fucking some more scenes of the zombies partying, like just straight up like.
Peter Firth is gonna run 30 blocks to stab a Batman.
Yeah, and it's like, shouldn't they be blown up? I thought they were dust monsters, but it's like straight up chaos. Like there's just zombies running around, falling on the ground, blue lights flying everywhere. The soundtrack is just loud as shit again. It's like, oh,
random shots of Peter Firth running.
Well, I don't know what's going on. But he found out from the old guy. I mean, I forgot to mention this important detail. That Space Girl's body is in the cathedral. And whoa, how ironic. Is that how coincidental? How it's not really ironic, it's just...
It's like rain on your wedding day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good advice you just take.
But,
it's a free ride.
One of the vampire men, the surviving one, is there in front of the cathedral just sucking up a bunch of energy.
Yeah.
Does he have a line of dialogue in the version you watched?
I don't think he did.
Alright, so...
I didn't write it down if he did.
Check it out. If you're watching the theatrical version, he doesn't say anything, but if you have captions on, there will be a line of dialogue that he says. If you're watching the director's cut version, he actually says it. And it's actually scary as shit because of how they like filtered his voice. And it doesn't seem like it should be coming from that dude because he's like, you know, a handsome, like, young guy. I'm pretty sure it says it's like, if you just come to me, it'll be less terrifying. But it's like, it'll be less terrifying. But also like part robot and shit. You know how they've been fucking with their voices? I was like, oh, holy shit. Because I also think I've seen the director's cut before, so I don't remember this like event being in the movie. And I was like, oh, what? But he just runs up and stabs his ass.
Yeah, he does.
He's like, oh, I'm coming for you, bitch. And then this is where we see,
you're going to be a lot less terrifying.
Yeah, they are just humanoid bat people. Yeah. You know, as you would assume, since that's what Dracula turns into.
And that's what we saw on the fucking ship at the very beginning.
Yeah, true form revealed.
I've seen Chekhov's Alien before.
Yeah, he rolls into the cathedral. There's a blue pillar of light. So it's about to be like a comic book movie where you have to defeat a blue pillar of light. Mm-hmm. You notice they do that all the time? Weird. But no, it's actually Carlson and Space Girl. They're down there like
knocking boots.
Kind of. They're
pushing into each other.
Standing up and kissing and stuff.
They're rubbing fronts.
Yeah, but he's like, well, bang, okay. But Carlson sees Kane, and he's like, Kane, I love you.
Kane, I got a sword.
No, Kane.
Sorry, Carlson, I got a sword.
Yeah, but no, Carlson like sees him, and he's like, what up, Kane? Good to see you, man.
Look at this shit.
And I don't get it. Because I'm convinced he just loves Space Girl.
I think he's of two minds. Like he wants
to save humanity.
He wants to save humanity, right?
Yeah, but he throws him the sword. He stabs it through both of them, but it's too late. They just blast off back into their ship.
For Lifeforce 2.
I guess, yeah. And then the ship's all lit up because it's got enough life force. And like, all right, well, let's skedaddle. And they lived happily ever after.
Yeah, my notes just say weird sex stuff. Because, I mean, like, even the sword piercing both of them, that's another weird sex shit.
Mm-hmm. But, so presumably they just went back to their spaceship to have a lot of space sex until they went to another planet and get some more life force, right?
I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's a happy ending. Everyone got what they wanted.
Humans, I don't feel like humans did.
They didn't all get killed. So that's pretty cool. And then Carlson gets to just go into space and bang his space wife.
So, how many Oscars do you think this movie actually deserved? Surely best costume for all the blandly dressed British men.
I saw, like, at least 3 different types of military uniforms. So, at least 3 Oscars for that. One of the producers toyed with the idea of waxing Matilda May, Space Girl, because he thought it would make her look less nude.
What?
Which makes me think he just doesn't know like human anatomy or never spent time with women. Like he thought
there is a point where you can kind of see a pubic hair, but I think that's the only shot. There's only one shot of it.
Yeah, but it's so you know what? When you can see her pubic hair, you'll know she's naked. But if she doesn't have pubic hair and you can see her vulva, maybe people won't know. I just really think he like thought like women's vulva, you know, the exposed part of their genitals was like hidden.
I feel like he's had to have seen it before, right?
I don't know. It just seems weird to me. You know, let's wax her, because then she'll seem less naked.
I feel like he just wanted to wax her, and he's trying to think of some dumbass excuse for it.
That could be it.
You gotta remember this is the '80s, and a lot of creepy producers and filmmakers.
Which is also what we call today.
Today,
it's 2019 now.
That's true, isn't it?
We're in the future. We're in Blade Runner times.
LA 2019.
Well, yeah. So Lifeforce is a good movie.
No, it's not.
It's good because it's bad. Actually,
No, I mean, like, I don't know. It's not Ghoulie. I don't know. This movie and Ghoulies are very.
This movie
I didn't enjoy it.
Even more so than Ghoulies, this movie takes itself a little too seriously.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Because I'm telling you, they really thought they had something here. Like, I think they really thought, yeah, this
I
is gonna be
I kind of can see it with Over the Top. They had some shit there, but this movie, I don't see where they thought that this was going to be a hit.
I don't know, it was the 80s. People didn't really know what was going on.
I feel like you did.
Like, E.T. did really well. He's naked.
I feel like if that's your logic, then you kind of missed the point.
That's 80s logic to me, like producer type logic. I don't know.
That's how you get a McDonald's remaking E.T.
Hell yeah.
Mac and Me. Hey, it's if you guys are interested, Mr. Science Theater version of Mac and Me is pretty good.
Oh, I'll check that out. I don't like Mac and Me, but it's just funny that it exists. Yeah. Kid's in a wheelchair. We didn't talk about politics very much in this one. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a lot of political jumping off points in the Space Vampire one.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's about it. I was thinking we could watch Weird Science next. I think
you want to watch Weird Science?
I think that would be a
John Hughes, huh?
really problematic experience to go over.
I feel like, you know, if you were for John Hughes movies, I actually think Weird Science isn't the worst example.
One of the tamer ones.
Yeah, I think Pretty in Pink.
What? Because of the panty stuff.
Because of Farmer Ted and
and
the quasi-drunk rape.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I like Weird Science more than Pretty in Pink, and we definitely watched it more.
Yeah, when we watched a lot as a kid, but I haven't watched it in like 20 years. Yeah, let's watch Weird Science.
Hell yeah.
Weird Science. You can see Robert Downey Jr. in one of his first roles.
Hell yeah, he's badass in the movie as a bully. Just like real life. Is he a bully? I don't think so. I think he likes he used to like heroin. But
yeah, that doesn't make you a bully.
Who didn't? I remember supposedly one time he just got arrested driving around high on heroin, like with his guns and stuff in Los Angeles. That just makes Robert Downey Jr. seem cool to me.
Well, I mean, there's he woke up in someone else's house in their kid's bed, right?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that sounds like Robert Downey Jr. Sounds like Tony Stark to me. All right, cool. This has been SpaceForce. Go to the website.
MoveVentureProductions.com. I'm Sean. That's Kyle over there.
I'm Kyle. I'm gonna be famous.
I mean, I might be. I don't really care. Give me money.
Yeah. All right. Later, though.